Mikey, man. Manjaro Sano. Michael. The invincible Mikey. What the fuck has happened to you, man? You used to be gang, but what you're doing now is most certainly not gang. What's up, fam? And once again, I thank the Mandem for reaching another episode of Northboundanime. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are good. You know, for me, the week was alright. It was a light week of work. See, I ended up in a prison. I ended up getting my teeth cleaned, and actually accidentally ended up swallowing some shards of glass. But you know, by the grace of God, mans are good. Mans are good. I went to the hospital and I did a little X-ray, and everything ended up turning out fine according to the doctors. I'm still waiting to see if anything else changes. So you know what? Pray for me, please, and thank you. But I will say this, that my Tuesday, though, was a little fucked up after reading the most recent chapter of Tokyo Revengers. My mind was like, damn. My goodness, fam. Like, it was crazy. With an ending to this arc, I don't even know what's going to happen next. Like, with South literally getting beaten to death, Brahmin getting disbanded, Draken getting shot up, Takemichi being put in the hospital, Mikey now being a worse individual than he ever was, and all of this is Takemichi's fault. Like, nigga, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like, if you just stayed in the future, none of this would have happened. This is honestly on you. You just had to be Captain Save-A-Friend. Yo, I can't believe a man like Chief Kyo said that to him, especially in that state of mind. But with these slip-ups, with these twists and turns, it's making me kind of wonder how this story is gonna end still. Like, because Takemichi, you really can't do anything. Like, you can't save Mikey because my man doesn't want to be saved. Like, this guy is addicted to the darkness. Let this guy live in there. Let this guy live in. He's one with the darkness now. Like, honestly, I can't see you of all people changing Mikey's mind. Like, that promise he kept to Baji, that promise he kept to Draken and Emma, the old version of Mikey is gone. He's long gone, fam. Like, hello, like, my man Mikey literally beat the brakes off you, fam. Beat the brakes off you. This guy served you the beats hot and ready, no Little Caesars. This guy gave him a broken arm, dislocated ribs, a scarred retina, broken teeth, a broken nose, family. He gave you a Kazutora beating. He was going to kill you. A Mortal Kombat style. Hands only. Get over here! Fuck, like, yo, it was the broken arm for me, fam. Like, it was the broken arm for me. Like, after that, I was like, yo, Takemichi, fuck this guy. Call it a day, go shake Nato's hand, and, like, leave. Never go back to the past. Like, I understand you were able to survive the entire series without throwing hands, but Mikey is not that guy. He will tear through you like a punching bag. Mikey is not one of them, bro. Like, and heart can only get you so far, fam. Like, please stop.
Stop it. Get some help.
Takemichi, next time, yo, just bring the Blinky with you. Next time, bring the Nina, bring the Chopper. Next time, matter of fact, bring King Draco. Spark his ass, if you know what I mean, fam. Smoke on a Mikey pack before he smokes on you. But wait, this nigga already did that, fam. Nigga.
Get some help.
Please come to your senses. Like, cool. You survived getting bullied by Kiyomasa. Cool. I understand that. I get that. You gained some heart. Cool. You survived that ass kicking given to you by Mobius. Cool. I get that too. Cool. You survived Valhalla. Honestly, I don't even know how you survived. I don't know how you're still alive after that straight decimation that Taiju gave you. And let's keep it a stack. You honestly had an angel with you when you fought Mikey's stepbrother and Kakucho. But, bruv, Mikey is not one of them. If you keep chasing Mikey, no one is going to be able to save you. Like, yo, learn how to fucking fight, fam. Learn how to fucking fight. Use your fucking hands. This guy is the only main character that has never had a training arc. Like, don't get me wrong, it's unique in its way, but like, yo, fam, please. Like, and by the way, yo, let me say something before I continue. You know, I've been seeing this chatter go around in the anime community that Kakucho is the second strongest character.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. Stop the foolishness. Draken will slap up and clap up any man in the Tokyo Revenger universe, including South, Taiju, Senju, Kakucho, without question in no specific order. The order of the strongest characters, in my opinion, is Mikey, Draken, Izana, South, Taiju, Kakucho, Senju, Angry, and so on. Draken might not be able to beat up Mikey, but best believe he's fucking anyone else up. That's a fact. And let a man mention Emma. Emma, it's good game. Okay. This guy is the vice captain of Toman. He is literally worth 1,000 or more men. When he was hit in the head by a metal pole, he was still able to stand up and beat bare man's up. That's a fact. He survived a knife wound. Shout out Kiyomasa. He has the strength to knock out man taller than him, South. And if anything, he could probably knock out Taiju. He even took a gang out by himself, solo, dolo, and it was a breeze for him. My man has NyQuil in his fist. He will put you to sleep. I promise you that.
Real big fella, stand still. Why hit you with these NyQuils, good buddy?
I promise that, fam. And if you're wondering who these characters are, if you're honestly wondering who some of these characters are, keep watching Tokyo Revengers. Or honestly read the manga. It's a good watch, it's a good read. But I'll say this. One of the characters that I mentioned has been on Mikey's dick for a minute, bro. Has been on his dick for a minute. This guy has been moving in the shadows, plotting for a minute to destroy Mikey. Fucking pussyo, dog. Fucking pussyo. And take in, with all this happening, we still don't know who the other time leaper is. That's crazy, fam. And I don't think it's Mikey, and I already know it's not Kisaki. So my question is, who is it? Honestly, though, I'd be happy if it's Mikey's older brother, Shinichiro. Okay, take this in. I know that's a reach, but it would have been so cold if he was still alive, leading the Black Dragons. Imagine a scenario where Waka, Senju, Akiyoshi, and Benkei fought Toma. What? What? A face-off where Senju fights off against Angry and, Smiley. Benkei fights Pachin. Akiyoshi fights Draken. Baji and Kazutora fight Waka. Bro, that shit would be a Lollapalooza, fam. But, sadly, I know that's not happening, low-key. But, yo, what if Nato is the time leaper? Or maybe it's an evil version of Takemichi from a parallel universe. Because this guy's already broken the time stream. He's broken space and time. I mean, what if it's Kiyomasa? But you know what? I don't know the answer, but I'm still waiting. But anyways, Tokyo Revengers, it's one of those animes that was making noise a couple of months ago. It's been out for a very long time. It's an old manga. Takemichi, a person that I already mentioned before, he's the main character of the story. We first are introduced to him when he's an adult, and he hates his life, sadly. When he was a middle schooler, he never really had any confidence. He was a pushover, and that followed him throughout the years to come. One day while watching the news, he ends up finding out that the only girl that he ever loved, his best friend Hina, ended up dying after getting caught up in a gang war. And after watching the news, he contemplates his past decisions and wonders how his life ended up the way it is now. He's lived a sad life, man. And trust me, the guy, fuck. And while thinking about it too, someone pushes him onto train tracks, fam. And at that moment, his life flashes before his eyes. And for whatever reason, instead of getting hit by the train, he was sent back in time 12 years ago into the past. And at first, he's a little shook, but he sees this as a second chance of redemption to change his life until he gets confronted by his old bully and he gets a dose of reality. After realizing how many times he let himself get violated in the past, though, he steps it up a little bit. He makes a decision to change his life and not be as pathetic as he was before. But before that, he goes and sees his old friend Hina, who hasn't died yet. So after confirming that she's still alive, though, he warns her little brother Nato about the incident and tells him to protect her. But at this moment, though, this is when Takemichi's life changes forever. His life mission starts. Because the moment when he told Nato this, the timeline changes. And whatever you do to the past will most definitely affect the future and create a new timeline. So, after shaking Nato's hands, Takemichi wakes up back in the future, or the present time in his case. And guess who he meets? He meets Nato, a grown-up Nato. Nato welcomes him and tells Takemichi of the situation. He tells him that he followed his advice, and ever since then, he's become a detective to protect Hina. However, in the future still, Hina is still dead. The problem was never solved. So, for this reason, both Nato and Takemichi start working together to save Hina and to stop her fate, but not if Kiseki has anything to do about it. Now, Kiseki, man, an evil scumbag, the bastard. Kiseki and Takemichi are mortal enemies. Kiseki is the man trying to force Mikey down the path of evil, while Takemichi is trying to maintain his goodness and keep him to be a good guy. They deadass hate each other, and their hatred for each other gets worse as the show continues, because every time Kiseki tries to overthrow Toman from the shadows, Takemichi is there to always stop him. But, you know, one good thing though, even though they hate each other though, if you read the story, they really have a lot of respect for each other. So, throughout the story, Takemichi goes back and forth between the past and the future to try and complete his mission to save Hina. But every single time he thinks he's corrected the past, another hurdle appears. Like saving Draken, bringing Baji back, making sure that Mikey doesn't kill Kazutoro, and saving Hakai. But every time he completes these little side missions, even then, Hina still dies. So this makes Takemichi wonder. It makes him think. It makes him realize that there might be another time leaper that's stopping Takemichi, which he honestly believes is Kiseki. You know, one thing that I know about this story, one thing that I've noticed too, is that there's a change in popularity between Mikey and Takemichi. In the beginning of the story, Mikey is the one who's the most popular. He's the most beloved. He's the one that's charismatic and popular. But as the story continues, Mikey becomes a loner. He starts getting involved with his dark side, and Takemichi is the one that becomes the influencer. Especially after Mikey goes fully into his dark side and once he loses everything. And honestly, I can't even blame him because, like, Mikey lost a lot. Like, he lost his older brother. He lost his close friend, Baji. He lost his sister. And he even lost his stepbrother. Like, Mikey is in a dark place right now. And all these factors just sent him deeper into the abyss. Especially now. Especially where Tokyo Revengers is now. Mikey is in the darkest place imaginable. Like, this guy didn't even acknowledge the fact that his best friend Draken had died. This is one of his day ones too, fam. Like, Mikey's in a weird place now where he honestly doesn't care about anything anymore. And I get it. Like, I think one of the reasons is because most of his friends were destined to die anyway, Draken included. He was supposed to lose it all, and he was supposed to lose all his friends. So now he's willing to walk these steps, and he's accepted them fully. And you know, once again, like I've already mentioned this before, but we first see Mikey involved with his dark impulses when he beat the living shit out of Kazutora. And believe me, it does not stop there. Like, this guy's a madman. And after Ken died again in this most recent timeline, that was just the cherry on top. Like, that was the finishing touches. Like, Takemichi, you forgot to focus on your mans because every moment that you tried to stop Hina from dying, Mikey always succumbed to his dark side in that said timeline. And now Mikey's unpredictable now. Honestly, I'm surprised that this nigga still uses his hands and legs. Like, I'm surprised he doesn't use the blinky. Like, I really thought he was gonna shoot south. Like, I really thought he was gonna just execute this guy quick. Like, this nigga doesn't fight niggas, he shoots niggas. Like, and you know what? I'm being quite frank with you. Truthfully though, I also thought Draken wanted to die. Like, I don't think he ever got over Emma's death. Like, a piece of him was lost when Emma died. And like, he regrets the fact that he was never able to truly express his feelings for her. Like,
in the arms of the angel fly.
And as of right now, where Tokyo Revengers is at the point where I'm at, like, all the main characters that we know and love are all grown up now. And in this timeline, they're done being middle schoolers. They're in high school now. Like, but I want you guys to take that in though. Isn't that crazy? Like, deep it for 1 second. For a majority of the show, these guys were in middle school. These guys were beating up grown men. High schoolers. Like, these guys' hands worked. And if it really had to, like, these guys' hands would work overtime, fam. Like, that's so crazy. That's what I like about this anime. It's not so much based off powers. It's just based off just normal, I guess, middle school strength, I guess. And, in this timeline, too, the Tokyo Manji gang has been disbanded as per Mikey's orders. But another thing, too, a key thing to remember in this timeline where they're at now, there's 3 new gangs that are running the show. Rokuhara Tandai, led by South Toronto. Brahman, led by Senju. And the Kanto Manji gang, led by yours truly, Mikey. This guy left his old squad for a new one, but not before beating up the rest of the founding members of Toman and making sure that they never join a gang again. And you know what? That was his way of making sure that they'd be safe. So I get it, but he literally beat Toman and the rest of the mandem up. And for the last time, the hero Takemichi has chosen to come back to the past to save Mikey. Draken has become an undercover gang member though, and both him and Takemichi have joined forces with Brahmin to save Mikey. Now, as of recently, there has been a war between the 3 top gangs that I just mentioned. And Takemichi is also gaining ability. Now he can actually glimpse into the future, but just for a little bit though. He gets visions. But in the end of the most recent arc, 3 of the top gangs fought each other to the death in a rainy night. And Mikey pummeled mans, bro. Like, if y'all thought Mikey was dangerous, now, this guy is dangerous, bro. Like, cause realistically, unlike most delinquents on the show, Mikey actually had martial arts experience that was honed in him ever since he was a child. Like, he's a prodigy. And trust me, you do not want to be the person in the end of his kicks. Those nuclear kicks are killing you. Like, it's a one-hit KO, fam. Like, honestly, if you really want to stop this guy, you're going to have to shoot him in the leg. You're going to make sure this guy never has any leg days ever again. Like, he cannot put strain on his legs. You have to just shoot his left leg and that's it. At this point, like, honestly, I'm hoping everything can go back to normal. I don't even like happy endings like that, fam. But after Draken's death, bro, like, I need a restart. But even now, after Takemichi has been sent to the hospital, he's still deciding to actually help Mikey, bro. But the one key thing is, though, he's choosing to not bring anyone else. Now, my question is, can he actually save him? Now, y'all just gotta have to find out again on Northboundanime. Now, thanks for watching again. Make sure you guys subscribe and like the effing video. I see you niggas watching, bro. I see you niggas watching. Later.